Hello everybody, welcome to the last session of your chapter number 11 of 2nd PUC NCERT, that is Biotechnology Principles and Processes. Until last class, we did discuss regarding some of the very important tools which are necessary for recombinant DNA technology. So, in today's session, we will be learning about the process of recombinant DNA technology. So, what are the processes? How can we do this recombinant DNA technology? So, we will just revise what is to be done. So, initially we have to isolate it, that is first we have to take a DNA of our own choice which has our desirable character. That is what is called isolation of DNA. That stands the first point, that is isolation. Next one, here we will be using restriction enzymes to break this DNA into smaller fragments. That is done by the restriction enzymes. Next, third step is the same restriction enzyme is used for the DNA of our own choice as well as the vector. Then we have to isolate the DNA. Once it is broken down into smaller fragments, then we have to isolate the DNA using the gel electrophoresis process. Next one, once the DNAs are extracted from the gel electrophoresis, then it is ligated with the vector. It is ligated with the vector. This leads to formation of a recombinant DNA. This helps in formation of a recombinant DNA. Once the recombinant DNA is obtained, then we have to insert it into the host. It is transferred into the host, maybe a bacteria, especially E. coli will be commonly used host which is used in replicating this recombinant DNA. Once it is done, host is allowed to grow in a medium, either if it is in lab condition, it is in small scale. If it is in large scale, it will be bioreactors. So, in this reactors or in lab condition, the host will be allowed to multiply to produce replicates of this recombinant DNA. Once it is done, and the final one is before it is commercially sold, it is undergoing different testing methods. Once this testing is done, it is ready for commercial purpose. That is how the process of recombinant DNA technology takes place. So, initially it is isolation of DNA, breaking this into smaller fragments with the help of restriction enzymes, isolating the DNA fragments with the help of gel electrophoresis process, ligating the DNA into the vector to form a recombinant DNA, then transferring it into the host so that the replication process takes place in a medium in lab condition or in bioreactors in large scale. And finally, it is tested for the action of this recombinant DNA, and once it is safe, then only it is commercially sold. That is how the process of DNA technology takes place. Now, we will have to study about each step in detail. So, first step in the process is isolation of genetic material. Most of the organisms normally have DNA as their genetic material, but this DNA is not freely floating or freely lying, but it has protective covering like cell membrane, cell wall, as well as some of the nuclear membranes. So, if we have to isolate the DNA, what is to be done is there are different enzymes to be added into it so that the outer membrane is broken down and then we can extract the DNA. And when the DNA is in its pure form, then only we can add the restriction enzyme so that it can be broken down into fragments. For this purpose, to obtain a DNA, if the genetic material is present in bacteria, an enzyme called lysozyme is added to the bacteria so that it breaks the walls of bacteria and the DNA can be extracted. If the genetic material what we take is from a plant cell. For this we can add cellulase enzyme. This cellulase enzyme breaks the walls of the plant cell so that the genetic material can be extracted. If it is animal, then we will be adding an enzyme, and that enzyme will be chitinase. If we are extracting the genetic material from an animal cell, it will be treated with the enzyme called chitinase. So, in together a bacteria, a plant or an animal are treated with respective enzymes so that the walls or the membranes of these cells can be broken down so that the genetic material can be extracted. Now, in this three methods we have only broken the outer wall of the cell, but it is not enough because there are different macromolecules which are present within the cell, like proteins, like carbohydrates, RNAs. All these should be removed if we want a pure form of DNA. So, for proteins it will be proteinases, and for RNA it will be ribonucleases. So, these are the different enzymes which can be used to break the proteins or RNAs, or in general you can say macromolecules, so to obtain the pure form of DNA. Now, when it comes to macromolecules, it is not only proteins and RNAs, there are other different macromolecules also which can be digested using specific enzymes. These specific enzymes help in breaking down the particular components or macromolecules which is present in a cell so that a DNA or a genetic material can be extracted. Once all these enzymes are added into the cell and the cell is now broken down, you have to add one more thing, that will be chilled ethanol. When this chilled ethanol is added into the test tube, and if this is the test tube, here is the glass rod. If you use this glass rod to rub the sides of the test tube, glass rod in the test tube na sides anna rub madidre, then you will get the DNA in the form of long thread like structures. That is how to extract or isolate the genetic material from a particular cell. Once again to discuss, a DNA can be extracted from a cell, or a restriction enzyme acts on that isolated DNA only under condition that it should be in its pure form. So, this pure form can be obtained by addition of different enzymes to the cell. If we take a bacteria cell, then we have to take lysozyme enzyme which dissolves the walls of the bacteria. For plant it is cellulase, for animal it is chitinase. So, the genetic material is present in which type of organism, based on that one specific type of enzyme will be added to break the walls or the membranes. After this is done, next there will be proteinases as well as ribonucleases which helps in digesting the macromolecules which are present in the cell. Once the macromolecules are digested, then the DNA or the test tube will be added with chilled ethanol, and with the help of glass rod, the sides of the test tubes are rubbed so that thin long threads of DNA can be obtained. That is how you extract or isolate a genetic material from a particular cell. That is the first step. Second step will be, next is cutting of DNA at specific locations. When it comes to cutting of DNA at specific locations, what happens is, now we have obtained a DNA which is in its pure form. So, when a DNA is obtained in its pure form, next what will happen is we have to add this restriction enzymes. This restriction enzyme is not only added to the alien DNA, but vector gu now same restriction enzymes anna, especially restriction endonuclease enzyme anna add ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, because they should cut exactly in the same position for the alien DNA as well as for the vector DNA. ಎರಡಕ್ಕೂನು alien DNA ಗಾದರೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ and vector DNA ಗಾದರೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ we will be adding the same restriction enzymes because they are very specific and cuts at the same point. Once this is done, then the gel electrophoresis process comes where you can separate the fragments. Once the fragments are separated, ಆ fragments ಅನ್ನು ligase enzyme ಮುಖಾಂತರ, ligase is the enzyme which helps in binding the alien DNA into the vector DNA. So, ಇವಾಗ ಈ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಕಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ DNA at ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಲೊಕೇಶನಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ರೆಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಎಂಡೋನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಎಂಜೈಮನ್ನು ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಮೇಲೂ ಏಲಿಯನ್ DNA ಮೇಲೂ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಒನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈಡ್, ಈ ಏಲಿಯನ್ DNA ಮತ್ತು ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ DNAಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇಮ್ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ರೀಜನಲ್ಲಿ the restriction endonuclease enzyme will be acting. Once they are broken down into smaller double stranded fragments, then gel electrophoresis process ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈ gel electrophoresis ಅಲ್ಲಿ double stranded ಇರುವಂಥದ್ದು ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಆಗಿ single stranded small fragments ಆಗಿ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇರೋ ಕಾರಣ DNA it moves towards the anode. Then it can be elution process ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಅದನ್ನು ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. Once it is separated, both the vector as well as the alien DNA is separated from gel electrophoresis, ligase enzyme mukhantara, alien DNA is incorporated into the vector. Alien DNA anna vector DNA ಒಳಗಡೆ incorporate ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ with the help of an enzyme, that is what is called ligase. Now the DNA will be having vector DNA as well as the alien DNA in it, which is called recombinant DNA. This is the second step in the process of recombinant DNA technology. Cutting of DNA at specific location with endonuclease enzymes and ligating them to form a recombinant DNA. Third process is PCR or amplification. Amplification of DNA by polymerase chain reaction or PCR technique. For this, we will draw the diagram so that the process is understood clearly. So in this process of amplification of DNA using polymerase chain reaction, what we do is from a single copy of DNA, we try to obtain multiple copies. For this process, we require a DNA template. This is a DNA template to which a primer is added. Now what is a primer? A primer is a chemically synthesized oligonucleotides which will be complementary to the template. So this is a template to which a complementary primer will be added. So apart from this one, we also require DNA polymerase. So this DNA polymerase here used will be Taq polymerase. Taq polymerase is a type of enzyme which is extracted from a bacteria that is called Thermus aquaticus. Thermus aquaticus is the type of bacteria from which this Taq polymerase enzyme has been extracted. Why this bacteria or why this Taq polymerase enzyme, if you ask, that is because these are thermostable. That means at any particular temperature they can retain their activity as it is without getting destroyed. That is why we use Taq polymerase, which is a bacteria which produces an enzyme polymerase that is commonly called Taq polymerase, which are thermostable and can tolerate any type of temperature without altering their activity. These are the three important components which are necessary for amplification of DNA by PCR technique. So now coming to the process, here there is a double stranded DNA. This is a particular region which I have drawn in red color represents the region which is to be amplified. So amplified means multiplied or increase the number of copies. First process is you have to heat it. ಈ heating process ಅನ್ನು denaturing ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. This is the first step of amplification of DNA, which is called denaturing, where the double strands of DNA are broken down into single strands. Now there is a single strand DNA. Together there are two single strands. So each one is called a DNA template. ಈ DNA template ಗೆ ನಾವು 3' end ಅಲ್ಲಿ primers ಅನ್ನು add ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. You can see here to the DNA template at its 3' end will be adding a primer. What is a primer? It is a chemically synthesized oligonucleotides which has complementary nucleotides as that of the DNA template. ಈ DNA template ಗೆ primers ಅನ್ನು 3' end ಇಂದ ಅಂದರೆ DNA template ನ 3' end ಗೆ ನಾವು ಈ primer ಅನ್ನು add ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. So the primer will be having 5' ends. Once the primer is added, then it is treated with this process is called annealing. The process where the primers are added into DNA template is termed annealing. Next is will be adding DNA polymerase, that is Taq polymerase, which is extracted from the Thermus aquaticus bacteria, which is thermostable. So this polymerase enzyme along with deoxynucleotides will be added into the primers so that the chain continues. Once this polymerase and deoxynucleotides are added, there will be the third step, that is called extension. Now the primer will start to produce nucleotides which are complementary to the DNA template which was available. This process is called extension. So from 5' end to 3' end, the primer will start to produce complementary DNA to the DNA template. It is same in case of the first strand also. If the same strand or the extension process is repeated for 30 cycles, then there will be almost 1 billion DNA strands which are obtained. That is how within a very short duration you can obtain large number of DNA strands which are to be amplified. So in this process it requires 3 main steps. One is denaturing, annealing and extension. So in the first step, the region of amplification is identified. It is heated, so the DNA will be broken down into 2 separate strands. Now the broken down individual strands anna DNA template anta kariತೀವಿ. To this DNA template, at the DNA template's 3' end will be adding the primer. The primer is a chemically synthesized oligonucleotide which is complementary to the DNA template. This process is called annealing. Next one will be adding the Taq polymerase along with deoxynucleotides. Once this enzyme and nucleotides are added, then it leads to the third step, that is extension, where the extension will be from the 5 prime to 3 prime in the primer, and in the template it will be from 3 prime to 5 prime. So, there will be complementary strands produced to the DNA template. Now, we have taken one double stranded DNA. Now, after the extension process, we have 2 DNAs. If the cycle is repeated for 30 times, then we can obtain almost about 1 billion DNAs which has been amplified from a single double stranded DNA. This is the process which is called PCR technique or polymerase chain reaction, where the amplification of DNA is done. That is the third step. Next is, fourth step is insertion of recombinant DNA into host. For this process, the host is initially made competent. Initially, the host is made competent using different methods, like we have studied gene gun method, biolystic method, micro-injection method, disarmed pathogen method, or introduction of specific concentration of cations. So, by these methods we can make the host competent so that the recombinant DNA is inserted to it. For example, commonly used host will be E. coli. For example, if we take a region in the E. coli, that will be ampicillin resistant region. So, if the recombinant DNA goes and inserts there, then we can use this to be grown in a medium. If at all transformation has taken place, those will survive. Non-transformant will normally die, and the medium should contain the ampicillin antibiotic. So, here ampicillin resistant gene or ampicillin antibiotic acts as a selectable marker. So, that takes place in the fourth step, where the insertion of recombinant DNA into the host is done. Next one will be obtaining the foreign gene product. So, once the host will start to multiply itself, you can provide it with the medium. If it is in small scale, it will be provided within the lab condition, but if it is in large scale, then it should be done using bioreactors. So, normally there are 2 different types of bioreactors. Those will be on the screen. What you can see are 2 different types of bioreactors. The first one is the simple stirred tank. Another one will be the spranged stirred tank. So, these are the 2 different types of bioreactors, where the maintenance of optimal condition, like maybe temperature, maybe pH, and rest of the macromolecule component will be properly maintained. In the first simple stirred tank, you can see here a motor, acid base control can be seen, and a foam breaker which keeps on rotating to break the foam. Flat blades help in proper mixing of the culture broth, and a sterile air is also sent inside. The steam of sterilization will be sent out, and within a very short duration you can obtain large amount of the foreign gene as product. Second diagram, you can see here spranged stirred tank. In this spranged stirred tank, you can see that it is having a rod like structure which moves clockwise and helps in mixing of the culture broth. Where in the upper part you can see that there are small finger like projections. These finger like projection helps in increasing the surface area for the oxygen transport. If you see closely this diagram, you can see that near the mixing blades you can find that there are small bubbles. These bubbles are oxygen which reaches or helps in increasing the surface area. So using this bioreactors, we can obtain the foreign gene product in larger quantity. If it is in smaller quantity, then the condition or the medium is obtained under lab condition, but still the optimal condition like temperature, pH, available macromolecules should be sterilized and should be maintained in a proper optimal condition for the action to take place, or else the foreign gene product won't be produced. Last step will be downstreaming. For downstreaming process, it is done in two steps, that will be separation and purification. So using these two steps, we can separate the foreign gene products, we can test for its side effects or the required action. If it is a drug, then clinical trials will be done so that the drug does not affect any of the human being or there will be no side effects. If it is some other products, then it will be done for purity and quality checking. Using this particular technique, the foreign gene obtained should undergo this downstreaming process before it is commercially sold. Once the foreign gene product is downstreamed, it passes all the testing process, the quality and quantity is properly assessed, and here the quality and quantity assessment varies for the different types of products which are produced. So once all this process is done, once it is successfully cleared all the tests, then only we can sell it commercially. So these are the different steps which are involved in process of recombinant DNA technology. So here the process will be isolation of the genetic material, then using restriction enzymes we are cutting the genetic material as well as the vector at the same region and incorporating it with ligase to form a recombinant DNA, which is amplified using the PCR technique. Once the PCR technique is successful, we have ample number of the DNA of our own choice, then it is inserted into the host. Once it is inserted into the host, it is led to grow in a medium. If it is in lab condition, it will be small scale, in the bioreactors for large scale, and finally it is going for testing, that is through downstreaming process. So that ends the chapter biotechnology principles and processes. I hope the chapter is clear. Thank you.